everybody. Welcome to It Matters Radio. And this is your host, Monica Brinkman. And as always, we are going to be presenting this evening some wonderful musical guests. You guys, you probably heard some of their music on our show, and I know you loved it. But we want to get you a little bit of an insight on the people behind the music, get to know them a little bit more intimately. So that's why we do our special musical guest shows. And you all must know Carrie Hall because Carrie is one of the best interviewers I know. Okay, and now she's blushing, of course, because she's humble.
Blush. Yes, Monica, I am so delighted to introduce the fabulous Baltimore Space Sharks.
Yeah,
Now,
Space Sharks, love it.
we have Lon Richard. He is lead singer. We have Mike Martino, who is a fabulous drummer. And I just have to do one quote because I love this, guys. They said on your Reverb Nation site, driving rock and roll for big guitars, hard-hitting drums, and a dose of psychedelia. Crank up the Space Sharks.
Yeah.
And that's
how
so true. So, Lon, let's talk about when your band came together. And I love the name Space Sharks. Where did you guys come up with that?
We were called Greenhouse Effect before, and then come to find out there were like 10 or 12 different Greenhouse Effects online. And, we decided to pick something that nobody else would have, and we thought, we're kind of psychedelic, so that's the space part of it, and then we're kind of, hard rocking and stuff, and something with some teeth and maybe space sharks. So, so that's where it came from, and
Wow.
yeah. So.
Very cool. So,
Thanks.
Mike, you guys came together in 2009. Talk a little bit about how the band came together.
Well, in 2009, Lon and I have been playing together for a little while, but he would have these ideas, and he would send them to me, and we'd kind of jam on them and play all these, record all the music to it, like the drum. I put all the drum parts down, and then we eventually, when we got everything together, we would, get it to a point where they'd be songs. So then, it just kind of evolved over the course of time, and we just keep going. So, it's how it's really pretty much been. Just keep cranking out some music, and
Wow. So, who writes the lyrics, Lon? And who? I know the music's in the back from all of you. Who writes your lyrics and your songs?
Yeah, that's me too. I usually first I'll come up with the guitar parts, and then send it to Mike, and he'll come up with some great drum ideas, and then depending on how the song feels, I'll try to write some lyrics that are kind of vague, so like everybody will have their own interpretation of what they think the lyrics mean. So like to each person it means something different, and I think that's what people kind of like about it. It's like I hear different things. Oh, that song about whatever, and it seems to be catching on a bit. So.
Yeah, you kind of make it universal.
Yeah, exactly, right.
To each person. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So I love the songs, guys. Mike, what about Satellites? Tell me a little bit about Satellites, because that's an amazing song.
Well, that was definitely, in my view anyway, a Pink Floyd influenced, just the way it sounded. But it just came together, and we, with the acoustics and all the other little kind of chimey instruments that we've been putting in it, and and Lon's great lyrics for the Satellites. It just the solos and everything. That's probably one of my favorite songs on the disc, and now that I look back at it, it was the easiest song to do, I guess, in some ways, for me anyway. So, but I love it.
I love this song, guys.
Yeah,
Satellites.
Thanks.
And
Lon,
go
I wanted
ahead.
to ask you, so you hear the music, and
Mhm.
then do the lyrics just kind of come to you from this music?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of times I'll be listening in my car, and then driving along, and then I'll listen to what we've laid down tracks, and then and then it comes to me, and I'm trying to write on my steering wheel, or I used to have a little. I used
Two
to have a
o'clock in the
little-
morning, you know, when you're sleeping, you wake up in the middle of the night, you have this idea that you gotta get down, you know. So
Exactly. Yeah, middle of the night. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" You know, and I'm writing stuff down.
Have you ever dreamt lyrics
Yeah,
or a
exactly.
song?
Oh, yeah, I have. I've actually jumped like chords and stuff, and got up and figured it out what I was dreaming, and that's a couple of songs are like that. So yeah,
Gosh,
yeah,
it melts together so well. You have a mad bassist. I want
yeah.
to talk a little bit about him. Bob Bergeron.
Like the
Bob,
Mad
Bob-
Hatter.
uh, he literally is, man. He's a he's a great guy. We've kind of known each other, all of us, since we were late teens, early 20s, and Bob and I kind of grew up together in Leominster, Massachusetts, and then he's just been phenomenal. For this next disc, he had some personal issues to take care of, so he's like only on a couple songs, but he'll be back on the following disc after this one that we're going to release now. But yeah, he's great. He's a kind of a big inspiration for us too, for just the musical attitude, and yeah.
You need
Yeah.
that. You need a touch of madness.
yeah, he definitely has that, and he gets us into that jamming mode. You know, he'll just start jamming, and we'll just play along, and it just kind of goes and goes and goes. But yeah, it's
Yeah, especially live when we play live, and we'll just start off the song, and then we'll take it into this like 10-minute jam, just Bob playing behind his head and stuff. And yeah,
Right.
yeah.
very cool.
So
Well, we-
speaking of live, Lon, do you have a favorite gig and a least favorite gig? And I'm also going to ask Mike the same question.
Probably my favorite gig that we've done so far has been up in Maine. We played at a little place that was actually an old porno theater that they made into a venue, and it was just look up and you see the crowd, and it was just great. The sound was perfect that night. I had my an orange amp that I had just bought that week, and cranked it up, and Mike was like on fire, and it was just I remember looking over at Mike and saying, "Man, this is the best ever," and it was perfect.
Yeah, it
And,
was,
yeah, it was fun. And then my least favorite was I think it was Edible Rex. What was that? Connecticut? No,
no, Bill Ricker, Massachusetts.
Mass. Yeah. I was setting up my stuff on stage, and there was a monitor right in front of me, and then I got up and hit my head on the monitor that was up on top of the stage, and I looked up and said, "Hit head here" on the monitor. So
He wasn't the only one that happened to. It was common.
hit here. So it's like insult to injury, It's like, oh, man. So, and
It was literally.
Oh,
It was probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes before we were actually supposed to play, and he's after he hit it, he was stunned a little bit. And I don't even know if he was bleeding, but we were like, are you all right? But apparently everybody does it. So
yeah, hit head here.
Yeah, but the problem
hit
is
head.
you have to hit your head first to look up and see it.
right,
Exactly, right.
exactly. It's just in the
I'm
right
sorry,
spot.
Lon. It's not really funny. I hope you were okay. Were you
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, I was okay, but for the rest of the gig, I was like kind of out of sorts. But it ended up being a good gig. But it was just like I didn't recover. But yeah. How about you, Mike? Anything you remember?
Mike, well, I like the main show that we did too. I remember leading up to that show when we would rehearse up there.
Yeah.
It was a giant snowstorm up there, and
That's
that
right.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
there
don't
was
know,
snow.
favorite, I don't know. My least favorite probably was, I don't know. I'll say a place in Worcester, Massachusetts, Ralph's Diner, which is a great place, but one of the shows, it was just, I think I don't know if you remember, but there was a huge, not from us, but it was a huge brawl at the end of the night.
That's right. That's right.
The whole thing, it was a metal, ended up being
Yeah.
it
The
was
vibe
fun.
was a little.
So,
Yeah, the vibe was our style. It was kind of like a little intense and a little aggressive. We're just like
Right.
have fun, jam out, and
Yeah, laid back a little bit.
Laid back.
yeah.
So, Lon, I mean, when you're facing that, you're on stage and you get a hostile crowd. How do you handle that? And then I'll ask Mike the same thing.
Oh yeah, luckily we haven't really had a hostile crowd towards the band at all. It was just the vibe in the room was kind of like there were like fights breaking out and stuff. It was like a really, I don't know, just a all around, like kind of a dark night. Like you could feel it in the atmosphere in the room. But we played well, and everybody dug it. But afterwards, it was just kind of a, you know,
Yeah.
big delay, yeah.
And
But yeah,
Mike,
the cool thing is like we sort of let the music speak for itself. You know, I'm not a big talker on stage or hey, you know, kind of fake or anything. It's just like, you know, we rock out and then yeah, okay, here's our next song, blah blah blah. You know, so we just have fun and you know. That's
Well,
what we like to do.
speaking of rocking out, I think right now is an ideal time to play some music so we can
Cool.
all rock out a little bit.
Yeah.
So we will be back to speak with
Mhm.
Lon and Mike of the Space Shogs
Cool.
right after this. Here you go, folks. Enjoy.
All right.
That you're in love, telling everybody that you see. Yellow taxi
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to It Matters Radio, and we are talking to the Space Sharks. This is Lon Richard, lead,
How you doing today?
and Mike Martino, drummer. Now, Lon, I noticed that you have kind of like a studio thing going on in the background there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is at my house, and I have like a tiny little studio. I record here guitars and stuff, and when Mike comes down, we record drums and stuff. Or we do it up in Massachusetts at his studio, and then kind of put it all together. And we're like a studio band right now, sort of. Yeah, this is where it all happens right here, and then yeah. Yep.
Now, you have a new CD possibly coming out, or you're working on some new music. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're almost done now. We have 9 songs coming out, and we're just putting the finishing touches on them, and just getting the the polish on there. And yeah. How about Mike? What do you have to add to that?
It's definitely a lot more. It's a more raw rock kind of, less produced. Guitars, drums, and that's really like, here you go, rock and roll, driving rock and roll, like we were talking about. But so
yeah, these are songs that we can really play live and really pull off. It's just like straightforward. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what we talked
Can't
about.
wait. Wow.
After the last CD, when we started working on the new music, we decided, let's make this next one more rock and just less produced. Not that we want to overproduce anything, but just a little more like 4 guys getting up on stage and just being able to play it, pretty much in form. So, and I think we've captured that. So hopefully.
Yeah, there's a new energy to the new CD that we really are happy about. Just
Well,
really.
guys, you're gonna have to let us know when you get that done, and at least send us a song or
This
so,
will
and we'll get
be-
it on the air.
Yeah. Oh,
This
totally. Yeah, we're close.
So, Mike, I wanted to ask you about drums because I'm fascinated by it. My brother plays drums in a jazz band. What's the difficult beat for you? 9/16, 7/8, or
Yeah.
just asking.
all of those. I don't even know where you would use those, to be honest. But jazz can be tough. But I probably would say, I guess, jazz, only because even though I grew up playing some jazz, I never really kept on it, and it's fun to play. But there's a real skill and art to being able to play that, really solid. Where rock and I like to play a lot of. I like to come up with a lot of beats that are more kind of real modern, cutting edge kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just real groove oriented. I want to make people in the audience just basically move. That's really how I feel about it. But the hardest, I guess I'll say jazz, especially the real like low volume, the real stuff is, the pros. That's just amazing to me how they can control everything like that. So, whereas
yeah, I just wondered because, I hear about 9/16, and I have another drummer friend that says 9/16 is impossible, or 9/8 beat is really impossible, something like that.
The funny thing is I read an article recently about a band that they were out there trying to do that kind of stuff, and they were trying to go 20, I think it's like 28 or something like that, one all the way up, the count all the way up in the 20 until it changes back to the 1 again, which is, how would you even, I don't even know how you could comprehend that. But
Yeah, I think it would be unnatural too. You wouldn't be like rocking out. You'd be kind of like thinking about it.
Totally, you'd be thinking about it so much,
Too much. Yeah.
Be interesting to find out, though. I'm
Yes.
in trying to play that kind of stuff, just because it's like, I wonder how that
So,
would feel.
Lon, on the guitar, what is the hardest thing that you think that somebody could play? I mean, I know that there's different rhythms and things. Tell us what you think would be really difficult to learn.
Flamenco would be difficult to learn, just the finger style and everything, and
Yeah.
it would be hard, and
And
it'd be
it's
great.
so fast too.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, it's
Well,
amazing, and they play without a pick and everything, and they have the long
Yeah.
fingernails and yeah, it's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
John Williams, not the orchestra guy, but the John Williams guitar player has some really amazing stuff.
Yeah.
so when did you start playing guitar, Lon?
When I was
How far back?
12 years old, a friend of mine was throwing out. It was a Stratocaster copy, and gave it to me because it wasn't working.
Oh, we're losing Lon's book.
Lon, you're breaking up.
Oh, am I
Yeah, a
breaking
little
up?
bit.
Oh. Yeah, a friend of mine just took me a guitar, and he gave it to me, and I was taking a soldering class in junior high school, and I had just learned how to solder, and so I rewired it, and it was making all kinds of crackling sounds and stuff, but that was my first guitar. Bought a little tiny amp, and yeah, it was actually, and I broke all the strings on it, so I had two strings, and I was learning all the root notes, the bass notes, so I like My Sharona and stuff like that. So, and that was it.
Right.
So, and Smoke on the Water and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that,
So I also see, Lon, that you have a wonderful poster on the back of your studio.
Yeah.
Gee, who is that band?
Pink Floyd, one of our heroes, just for overall feel and vibe, and just the way they would craft a mood, throughout their songs, and it was great. They left a lot of spaces in the songs, and you really, especially in headphones, if you listen to it, things going back and forth, and that's sort of what we try to do too. In headphones, like you'll hear a guitar go,
oh
back
yeah,
and forth. Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Oh, thanks.
I got that feeling that you were definitely influenced by Pink Floyd, but again, I want to state to the viewers that they have their own unique music, so
Oh yeah.
check them out.
Okay,
Oh,
I
thanks.
wanted to ask. I know that you love music, and it's probably something you do a lot of. But is there anything that either of you uh, do in your spare time, like hobbies or things that you like, other than music?
Um,
Or
I don't.
you can't say it
I
on
wish I
air?
could say
I
it's a
mean,
great outdoorsman.
Nothing legal, yeah.
I like to vacation, but I like to ice skate and stuff like that. I grew up playing sport like ice skating and stuff like that. So that's something like that. I wish was more of an adventure person, but I'm afraid if I go hiking or something, sometimes I'll get lost. So, but no, I just do a lot of different things. But mainly music is my hobby, even though I like do it in this form. When I'm just in my own way, I like to just play, and it's actually good therapy, especially
It
playing
is.
drums, But yeah, I'm always thinking about music and just it's my passion really. So
Yeah.
Me too. For me, my hobby is making movies and films, and Mike and I and the rest of the band have we've done the music videos and stuff, and
Oh,
not
so
with this band, but with our previous band. So, but we're thinking about making a new one soon. But yeah,
that's fun, isn't it? Yeah.
it
For
is.
sure.
it's
Yeah.
fun making some of those videos that we did, over the year, but it's fun.
We should
Do
send you
more.
one, because it's kind of funny. Where 15 years ago, and it's just yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. So that's actually my like day job is to edit videos.
Oh, well, see,
Yeah.
it's perfect to do this.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Excuse
yeah. So it's like the
So-
best of both worlds. Get to be
Right.
free.
So, Lon, where can we find your music and where can they purchase it?
We're on Facebook, the Space Sharks, and Reverb Nation, the Space Sharks as well, and iTunes, CD Baby. Yeah, pretty much all over. Through CD Baby, it's pretty much they, cover all of the outlets and stuff, and it's a fantastic place. And then recently, a company called Factory Fast Records has picked up a couple of
Excuse me.
our singles, and they're releasing them. So.
I really like them.
They're great.
Fast.
They've been
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
They're great people.
Brian is fabulous. Yeah, he's a really cool
Yeah,
guy.
I
Yeah.
play a lot of their music on the show too.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that they just keep cranking out the music, and
Uh-huh.
that's a great thing. So
Well,
I love it.
I like the way
Band.
that they compile different artists together too, and they'll do a release of it,
Yeah,
to send it out to everyone. So
and
It's amazing. The exposure we've gotten through them has been, we've actually doubled in, size for like
yeah,
people. Yeah, it's cool.
yeah, like I was saying before, it's amazing where some of this music has actually gotten to, from Factory Fast, and
Mhm.
so it's been great. So hopefully we can do more with them down the road.
yeah, I think it will. I think it will.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
really like them. You'll see some of our shows that will go, hear artists from Thank You Factory Fast for presenting, bring these artists to our attention, and we do that
They,
quite a bit. So,
they
yeah,
do,
good to
they do it.
hear.
No,
Yeah.
it's like amazing. Like UK and everything else in Germany, and it's like, wow, no kidding. So it's like a new fan base, that we've never would have gotten otherwise. So
Yeah, getting them from everywhere.
yeah.
We
So,
love to.
Mike, I haven't asked this question in a while, and I'll also ask Lon Richard. Do you prefer studio or do you prefer live performing?
Well, I mean, I love both. I think I love the challenge of the studio to get the music to a higher level. I just the pressure of getting the tracks right, and there's a pressure there that I like, and you're always chasing perfection. Whereas playing live, the build up and the anticipation and the vibe of the room. It's just there's when it's a great show and you play well and there's a great response. There's nothing like it. So they both have their great things, but I love making music, especially recording it, and you know and working with Lon. So
Yeah, man, Mike, you're awesome, dude. It's great. The cool thing is we try to capture it like on the first or second take, and then just that's where all the energy is for capturing that one moment in time. It's like you'll do something that's kind of neat, or oh wow, cool, and then if you try to repeat it, it doesn't really feel the same. It's like you're thinking back to that time where I did this cool thing, but it's not really the same as when you first did it. And it's
Right.
fun. Yes, yeah. And we try not to overthink a lot of things either. We just like rock out and just get it.
And that's great though, because the professionals will tell you that when you try to do it, it doesn't work. But when
no,
it
Yeah.
comes from within naturally,
Mm-hmm.
there's good
that's when people
situations.
feel it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it comes across too. You can actually sort of hear it in the music. It's like it's that.
The funny thing is there's been times when we were recording on the CD that there'll be a part I'll be playing a drum part, and I didn't know that Lonnie actually had the record button on, and it recorded. Wow, I was like, Lon, did you get that? Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
it was just by luck, and
Oh,
we
no, let's get some sounds. Yeah, we're gonna
Right.
get some sounds. Okay, yeah, give me the kick, and then okay, let's just run through it. We'll get some sounds, and then Mike will do his thing, and then okay, let's record it. But it's like already recorded, and
He's a step.
So, Lon, I'm gathering you prefer studio to live, or do you also like both, kind of?
oh, I love both. Yeah, the studio is cool because you can always like give it to people later and say, yeah, look what we did. Listen to what we did. And in live, it's just like the people are rooting for you, and you want them to like you, and so it's like a feedback loop of just just having fun, and the more they give back to you, the more you give to them, and it's just like it's a blast.
They're
And
both great. Yeah.
you feed off the audience.
I wanted to ask. Probably, you meet so many people and so many fans and new fans each time that you perform. Were there any instance that you'll never forget? That just it was a moment that you'll treasure as far as interaction with any of the fans when you were playing,
Mhm.
or even any letters they might have sent you, or
There was one time when somebody said they met their husband at one of our gigs, which was kind of neat. Just they were both getting into the music, and come to find out later on they got married.
They
Just
got
because
married.
they met at our gig. Yeah.
Cool.
So that was cool.
That love song that you had, man.
Yeah.
You had no idea you had that effect
All
on
right.
them, did
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
How
So,
about,
Mike,
yeah, Mike, how
same
about
question. Is
Um,
there a moment that stood out for you or a memory?
I think just some of the reactions after the songs, like there's been moments I think where we played a song where we hit it just right, and you could tell that the audience felt what we felt, and I don't know, I just felt like the electricity. I could just tell there was a good, I guess bond, but it was that some of those moments have been the best. You know, I don't know if anybody got married or anything like that, but
Yeah.
they might
But,
have had some children. I
those,
don't know. If
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, out in the back, back in the club.
those are the kinds of things that I remember, especially after a show. If you really felt good about the gig, and people come up to you and they're really honest, and like that they actually really loved what you did, and
Yeah.
that you gave your all. So,
I
but
think it's a moment when you are together as the
yeah,
audience and the band.
Yeah.
yeah. And though I think that's the best thing about playing live is um, that that feedback or that bond that goes on. When everybody, like, if everybody's paying attention to you, you can feed off of that, and
Mhm.
it just makes you play better and the energy. So I
It
love
does. It
those
does.
that you love the most. That's why I do it. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And then you feel great, like for the next week. You're like, oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a
right,
high. It's just an
It
you're a
is.
extra
rock star
high, isn't it?
It is.
Right.
in a week.
So, speaking of music and speaking of gigs, Lon, do you guys have any shows coming up that you would like your fans to know about?
Right now we're trying to finish up this CD. So currently no, but as soon as this is released, we're gonna start getting back out there, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you'll have to let everybody know about that and come
We're
back and
interested in
visit
doing like
us.
a podcast too,
Mhm.
so a live thing like that too. I don't know,
Yeah,
but those
Yeah.
kinds of things also. So
Yeah.
that'd
live,
be
It's so
great.
cool that
I don't know how those work.
your show is like fabulous. I've been ever since we met. I've been checking out all the
Thank you.
all
Well,
the
thank you
podcasts.
so much. It's
Yeah,
nice
we
to
appreciate
hear
it.
that because
Yeah.
most people come on and you know they thank us at the time, which is really nice, and we don't expect anything back, to tell you the truth. But to hear someone say that, it makes my heart feel good. Let me tell you,
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
we
It's
do
great.
it for you. We do it for you guys.
It's great
Thank
that
you. Very
that
cool. Very
you
cool.
do what you do, because you do a lot for bands, and
Oh
and
well.
it's great. And again, thank you for having us on, but and for doing what you do. So
Well, we
uh,
appreciate it.
Oh,
And gosh,
thank you.
we're running out of time right now. And
Cool.
I don't know about you, but Carrie, I am ready for some more
Me too.
music from the Space Sharks.
Cool. Thank
So, guys,
you.
take care, keep in
You too.
touch, and keep
Always.
on
Always.
rocking, huh?
thank you
Always.
very much, and we'll be looking forward to giving you guys the new songs. So
Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
excellent.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we'd love to
you.
have you guys back in a year, maybe next year. Please come back and then update us. We'd love to
Yeah.
have you.
Cool. That would be the coolest. Yeah. Thank you, Carrie. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you
But,
very much.
okay,
Awesome.
bye-bye, Mike.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Lon.
Thanks.
Carrie.
Amazing.
They are, and how nice was that for them to compliment us?
We
they're
don't get that very often, do we?
well. It takes not only talent, but it also takes individuals who are gracious like that. And if that's one of the steps to success that any professional will tell you,
Mhm.
that don't change. Don't all of a sudden get so big because you did get some fame that you don't appreciate the others around you.
Mhm.
And so nice to hear that, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were delightful. I mean, they're just so open, and the music is fabulous, guys.
Uh,
Please check them out on Facebook,
right.
Reverb Nation.
Yes, and check our show out. But like we said, we're ready to hear some music. And Carrie and I are going to present a couple more songs. And we hope that you'll join us during the week and also come back next Sunday when we will be here again to keep all of you music lovers rocking. Bye, Carrie. Bye, all.
Bye.
Digging through the memories of the things I left behind and the things that I forgot to in the shadows of my mind. And the music that I'm hearing sounds so perfect in my dreams. But when I wake up, it just vanishes like water turns to steam. Everything is falling down. I can hear it calling now. I don't believe a single thing until I make it real, and that depends on how I feel. The distances are difficult, and time just rolls away, blurring all the edges, distorting from the haze. All the music that I'm hearing sounds so perfect in my dreams, but when I wake up, it just vanishes because I've been